I'm starting another drawing video. My favourite subject, children. I don't know why, but I always seem to start with the eyes and branch out from there. It feels to me if I don't get the eyes right, nothing else is going to work on the picture. So I tend to concentrate on those for a little while. I'm using quite a soft pencil today because it blends in better. I don't like the H pencils much. I tend to use the B pencils. I want this little girl to look a little bit soulful. So she's not going to be smiling. She's going to look a little bit, well, probably a little bit sad, unhappy. Well, she's not unhappy, but she's not giggling all over the place like some of them I do. I want to get into painting again, really, but I haven't really got myself set up for it at the moment, so that might have to wait for a while. Just put a little bit of shadow under the nose, like this. I think I'm going to put her face in her hands, as if she's contemplating something. I shall get to that bit in a minute. So, eyebrows slanting down a little bit gives her a more soulful look, I think. Try and shape above her eyes a little bit. There you go. I find the mouth quite a difficult part to do, so I tend to leave that for a little while. I need to study them a little bit more. I mean, probably don't look closely enough. I mean, the whole thing about drawing is you've really got to look and you've got to use your eyes to measure distances between things, like distances between the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the chin. Measuring with your eyes, or you can do it with a pencil or something, but if you don't get that right, you don't get anything right. Okay, so I'll start the mouth. As I say, this isn't my best. It's not what I do the best. What shall I do? No, I think I'll go down the sides a little bit in a minute. Okay, back to the nose while I contemplate what to do with the mouth. The hands. No, she's not a hamster. I'm going to put her face in her hands. But at the moment, I think the cheeks are a little bit too wide. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Try and get a little bit of shape to her cheeks. Take away some of the fullness. I don't really want to use a rubber. I don't like using a rubber. When I do, I use a putty rubber because they don't make a mess. I'm going to have her wearing a puff sleeve dress, I think, and maybe plaits in her hair. See if that works out. That's the neckline to her dress I'm doing. Not looking too bad. Not too much shape to her yet though. Okay, so get the dress in a little bit. Back to the cheeks. I'll have to try and get some detail into her fingers in a minute because they're a bit sort of blobby at the moment. I'm not very good at fingers, not very good at hands. I suppose we all have our good points with our drawing. Mine's definitely not hands. Do the hairline a little bit. As I say, I think I might give her some plaits in her hair, and at the end I might stick a big ribbon in. Because it's Christmas, make it a little bit more decorative. Quite like using pen and ink as well, but you can't get the same sort of shading in light and dark with pen and ink, so I keep that for my more decorative pictures. A little bit of hair going in. I'm doing this in the afternoon, so the light's not very good. That's why we're getting a shadow on the picture. I mean, I've got the electric light on. Probably should have done this a little bit earlier on. Right, I don't think her hands look big enough. I'm going to have to work that out. Get out the old putty rubber. Anyway, let's work on the ribbon a little bit. There we go. A little bit more and start on the plaits. Yeah, she's coming on a bit. Still looks a bit like a hamster. Her cheeks are too full, I think. I might come back to this drawing later and sort it out a little bit, but got the beginnings of it going on here. Also, I think I've got to make the arms a bit bigger. They're too small for her face. Anyway, that's it for the minute. I'll probably come back to this another time.